I'm going to show you where to find every single slime in Slime Rancher 2, and I'm going to show you where to find their favorite foods so that you can get those slimes to make you as much money as possible. Let's begin. First up is pink slimes. If you miss them, you're literally blind because you literally just walk out the front door and pink slimes are literally everywhere. Just go ahead and suck it up, and then you can bring it back to your face to stuff it with food so it poops all the shinies. As you can see, pink slimes will eat anything, but they have no favorite. So what this means is I can feed a pink slime meat, I can feed a pink slime fruit, and I can feed a pink slime vegetable. And as you can see, they will all eat and they will all produce plorts. However, because they have no favorite food, that means there is no way to make a pink slime produce double plorts. Unfortunately, you cannot produce 2 pink plorts from a single non-largo pink slime. Now, bunny slime location. It's almost as easy as the pink slime. Literally just walk out the front of your base, move straight, and then bam! You see all the cotton slimes. They're the bunnies. You can't miss them, all right? Just out here, easy. Literally just go in a straight line outside your base, and here they are. Now, cotton slimes, they will eat any vegetable, as you can see, but their favorite is the water lettuce. What this means is that if I feed the cotton slime a vegetable besides the water lettuce, and it goes to eat that vegetable, and it eats the vegetable, it will only produce 1 plort. But if I feed the cotton slime its favorite food, the water lettuce, eat it! You missed it! Eat the water lettuce! Eat it! Eat it! If you feed it the water lettuce, it will produce 2 plorts. You can find the water lettuce, the favorite food of the cotton slime, right here by the water. This is the location on the map. You can find some naturally growing here, and you can also find some naturally growing over here. Tabby slimes can also be found on Rainbow Island. You can find them over in this area towards the west side. You can see they're popping up over here. We're gonna suck up a few and take them back to base. Tabby slimes, as you can see, they eat meat, but their favorite is the stone hen. What that means is we can take a tabby slime, we can feed it any kind of hen or rooster. Can't feed it a baby though, it's gotta be fully grown. You can even feed it elder chickens. All right, so you can see it eats that, and it produces a plort. But if I feed it its favorite meat, namely the stony hen, 2 plorts. You can find stony hens around the same area where you find the tabby slimes. I generally like to go up here, like go around, walk up here. You don't need a jetpack for it, and you can find some stony hens right around here. Next up is phosphor slimes. If you want to catch phosphor slimes, it needs to be nighttime, so you can enter your home here and sleep until night. Once the time is at 1800, which you can see in the bottom right, then you know it is nighttime. So we're gonna come out here. You can literally just walk out the front door, and then you should start seeing phosphor slimes immediately, provided it's nighttime. You can see there's a phosphor slime here. Just walk around a bit more, and you should be able to find more phosphor slimes. Here's another. Easy peasy. So for the phosphor slime, when you put it in a corral, you need to make sure the corral has the solar shield upgrade because it protects slimes sensitive to light. Phosphor slimes are sensitive to light. If they are not in darkness or inside one of these solar shielded corrals, they will die. So here's what happens to a phosphor slime that is out during the day and not protected by any kind of shade or a solar shade upgrade in a corral. It bounces around. It's so happy, like everything's okay. Nothing's wrong. Is it gonna accidentally fly back into this shade area? I swear, if you do... Oh, you can't! You can't get in by yourself! Oh, no! The slimy went poof. For phosphor slimes, they eat fruits. That's their diet, but their favorite fruit is the Q-berry. If we take a phosphor slime and we feed it a pogo fruit, it will release 1 plort. But if we take a phosphor slime and feed it a Q-berry, because it's its favorite food, it will release 2 plorts. You can find Q-berries pretty close to the stony hen location. Just go to the right here instead, and you can see there's a Q-berry tree right here. It's already dropped some Q-berries. The location is right here on the map. Angler slimes. You can find angler slimes around the east side of Starlight Strand in this yellow region, and you can just go ahead and suck them up. Oh, geez, they look so terrifying when they try to eat things. Angler slimes, as you can see, they eat meat, and their favorite is the sea hen. If we take an angler slime and we feed it a regular hen or anything besides a sea hen, it nomphs it and it will only produce 1 shiny. But if we feed them their favorite food, the sea hen, when it nomphs it with that terrifying facial expression, don't flash it! Like the predator flashes his prey, it goes for the nomph! You missed. Jeez, that face they make when they nom is so terrifying. 2 plorts, because it's its favorite food. Now, as for sea hens, don't eat it! Oh my gosh, that was close. They almost ate that. As for sea hens, you can basically find them. Here's another one. You can find them along this yellow area. Basically, this yellow area is where the angler slimes are, and you can find the sea hens. But, I mean, you gotta grab them pretty quickly, because if you don't, then the pink slimes or the angler slimes will devour them. Rock slimes. To reach the rock slimes, you need to go down to Starlight Strand, which you reach by taking the teleporter from Rainbow Island. Come down over here to this little blue section to the west, and you can see we've got some rock slimes in this area. A lot of them have already fused with pink here. We're gonna grab a few. Now, the rock slime eats vegetables, but its favorite vegetable is the heartbeat. If we take a rock slime and we feed it a carrot, which is not its favorite vegetable, it produces 1 plort. If we take the rock slime and we feed it its favorite vegetable, the heartbeat,
and it misses, then it produces no plorts.
Then it eats it. All right, then it will produce 2 plorts, as expected. And you can find the heartbeats right here in Starlight Strand, basically the same area where I said you find the rock slimes, which is this area. Just go up and to the right a bit over here, and you can find the heartbeats. Next up is Bat Slimes. You can find Bat Slimes in Ember Valley in this cave over here. This is the island that you reach to from the top teleporter, and you can find them all in this cave. There's a bunch of Bat Slimes right here. It's as simple as that. For Batty Slimes, they eat fruit, but their favorite fruit is the pomegranate. If we take a Batty Slime and we feed it a fruit, any fruit besides a pomegranate, it will produce only 1 plort. If we take a Batty Slime and we feed it its favorite fruit, pomegranate, and it actually eats the fruit, then, as expected, it produces 2 plorts. Now, as for where to find pomegranates, the Batty Slime's favorite fruit, you can find a little tree right here in the same exact cave. There's also a pod right here. Just gotta get a little higher up. You don't need a jetpack to get here. There is a path. You can run and jump along some rocks over here. If you're having trouble getting those, there's also some more pomegranates out here and Batty Slimes out in this volcano area. Flutter Slimes. You can find Flutter Slimes on the far southeast side of Starlight Strand. You can see they're spawning right here. If I look around a bit more, we can see there's another over here. It's as simple as that. Flutter Slimes eat one thing and only one thing, which is moondew nectar. It is also their favorite food. So if you try to feed them meat, they're not interested. If you try to feed them a fruit, not interested. If you try to feed them a vegetable, not interested. But if you give them moondew nectar, he tried to nump, but he missed. Eat it. There you go. You get 2 plorts because that is their favorite food. Moondew, as the name implies, can only be found at night. That means a time of 1800 hours or later in the bottom right-hand corner. It comes out of these flowers that you'll see around the southeastern area of Starlight Strand. So you can see there's one right here. These can be kind of tedious to get, but yeah, just look around for those flowers. Like there's one at the top of that head. There's another one right there. Any sort of those little flowers on top, just keep an eye out on those and see if there's a little fruit popping out of it. And if there is, then get ready to gather it. If not, then you'll need to wait a little bit longer during the night till it appears. Now, regarding moondew, it is worth mentioning you cannot grow it, which is pretty serious. That makes it a lot harder to gather a bunch of moondew nectar. So if you're going to be having some Flutter Slimes, make sure you fuse them with another slime as a largo that is much easier to feed, because you can grow other things just fine, but you cannot grow moondew nectar. You're gonna have to constantly go out and get it from the wild. Ringtail Slimes. You can find them in the far south of Starlight Strand. During the day, they're actually petrified. They look like these statues. However, once we pass 1800 and the game goes to night, you can see that they are no longer statues, and now they are living slimes. Now, just like pink slimes, ringtail slimes will eat anything, but they have no favorite. So you can see that I can feed it a fruit, for example, and it'll do that adorable pounce and completely miss! Eat something! There we go. It eats the fruit, but it's only going to produce 1 plort because no favorite. But what sets it apart from the pink slime is that it'll keep eating. But as it eats more, once it gets those shifty eyes, as you can see, it's got those little shifty eyes expression. Once it gets that, it will still keep eating, but it will no longer produce plorts. As you can see, it just eats and eats and eats and eats, and it stops producing. So that's what sets these slimes apart. So be careful how much you feed them, and be careful about letting them loose in your garden. They will devour everything. Now, for boom slimes, you're going to want to head towards the southwestern part of Ember Valley. That's the north teleport locations. Head on over here. You can also find boom slimes in this cave here, or you can just head on over to the volcano segment like I'm at, and yeah, just vacuum them up. They're very easy to find. Boom slimes, they eat meat, but in particular, their favorite food is the briar hen. So if we take some boom slimes, if we feed it a regular hen, nom, you didn't miss. Good job. Only 1 plort. But if we take a boom slime and we feed it a briar hen, and it hopefully doesn't miss, there you go. 2 plorts. Now, briar hens can be found pretty close to the boom slime location. I'm still in that southwestern part of Ember Valley in the volcano area, but I did take a geyser and come on up that geyser to get over here. And you can see there's a briar hen here, and there's some briar chicks right here. Honey slimes. You can find them around the middle of Starlight Strand. You can also find them in the south as well, but this is an easier location to grab them. So just go ahead and find them and start vacuuming them up. Honey slimes eat fruit, but their favorite is the mint mango. If we feed them a regular fruit, that's not a mint mango. There we go. It's only going to produce 1 plort, but if we take the honey slime and we feed it a mint mango, there we go. It'll produce 2. Now, for mint mango, you can find it also in Starlight Strand towards the middle-ish, but you might have to get to higher ground. This tree right here is a mint mango tree. You can see it drop 2 mint mangoes down here, and there's another one over there, which is much more difficult to get to. As you can see, it's much higher, but that is another location where you can get mint mangoes. This location on the map. Puddle slimes. You can find them down in Starlight Strand to the south. This puddle I'm at right now is actually a little bit high off the ground, so you'll likely need need a jetpack to get here, but once you do, you can vacuum up all the Puddle Slimes and all of their plorts. Now, Puddle Slimes, you don't actually feed them. What you do is you need to have a pond and put the Puddle Slimes inside. As you can see, I already have a pond over here with some Puddle Slimes, and I want you to notice that there's very specifically 4 of them in here, and they're producing plorts for me just fine. If I had a 5th one, you'll notice that they'll start to have a blush effect. There it is. You'll see that they're blushing. That means that there's too many Puddle Slimes in here. If they're blushing like that, you've put too many, and you need to remove a certain amount to where it's down to no more than 4, and then they should stop blushing and they'll go back to producing plorts like normal. They need to be in water to produce plorts. You do not feed them anything. Crystal Slimes, you can find them in the southwest portion of Ember Valley, just like the Boom Slimes and the Bat Slimes. For Crystal Slimes, they eat vegetables, but their favorite vegetable is the odd onion. So if we take a Crystal Slime and we feed it some vegetable other than an odd onion, like a carrot, it'll only produce 1 plort. But if we take a Crystal Slime and we feed it its favorite vegetable, the odd onion, then it will instead produce 2 plorts. Odd onions, you can find them in Ember Valley mixed in with some other vegetable patches. You're not gonna find like a patch of odd onions by itself. It's gonna be mixed in with other veggies. I'm not sure if it's like a chance to appear in certain patches as opposed to others. This is where I found mine. Again, this is the spot. But if you don't find it here, just look around some other veggie patches in the area. I believe it has a chance to spawn among some of these various veggie patches. Now, it is worth mentioning about odd onions. They are a pain to farm because yes, unlike the Moondew, you can grow the odd onions, but when you grow them, you only get like a few odd onions. You get mostly carrots. So I had to put 2 plots here because as you can see, I have some Boom and Crystal Largos over here. So I thought to feed them the Crystal Slime's favorite food. But honestly, I think I'm going to change my mind about that because you really don't get that many odd onions. You get mostly carrots. Even with 2 plots, it's not really enough to keep these guys satisfied. So I'm probably instead going to feed them the Briar Hens, which is the Boom Slime's favorite food, to get double plorts. Hunter Slimes, you can find them in the Starlight Strand on the sort of Midwest side. They do turn invisible, so just look around carefully in order to actually find them. Let's see, most of them are mixed with Largos, but we do have some individual ones here. Hunter Slime, they eat meat, but their favorite is the rooster. If we take a Hunter Slime and we feed it a hen or anything besides a rooster, you don't need to pounce it, just eat it. It's right there. You missed. You actually missed. Come on. You're the hunter. You're supposed to be the best at this. All right, let me help you. Come here. There we go. It eats a hen. Only 1 plort, as you can see. But if we feed it a rooster, go on, pounce it, eat it. There you go, you did it. Good job. You get 2 plorts, which is great, but the issue with roosters is it's hard to get a bunch of them because whenever you form a coop, you're mostly going to get hens. You're not really going to get that many roosters. So if you're going to try to get a lot of hunter plorts, it's recommended to combine them with another slime, some other kind of Largo, where the other slime's favorite food is much easier to get. Fire Slimes, you can find them over here in the volcano region at the southwest portion of Ember Valley. You can also find them in the cave in Ember Valley. The bottom line is you'll see them swimming around in lava, so you just suck them up from there. Now, to house Fire Slimes, what you're going to need is an incinerator, but you're also going to need an ash trough. This is important because when you put a Fire Slime near the incinerator by the ash trough, it actually eats the ash to feed itself, and then it gives you plorts based off of that. Now, I've actually got an incinerator over here with some Fire Slimes already inside, and as you can see, they've eaten up all the ash. There's nothing left, and they were producing plorts while they were eating this ash. So what you need to do to get the ash back is fire pretty much anything in here. As you can see, the ash level is rising, and they're starting to produce plorts again. They were hungry. Just fire things into the incinerator, some kind of excess crop you have, and the ash level will eventually reach a maximum, and then you can just go back to collecting plorts again. That's a lucky slime. Feed it a chicken. You can't capture these things. You find it out in the wild, you can't capture it, but you can feed it hens, and it'll give you money. Gold slime in the lava. Golden plort for me. Oh, yes. Let's go, baby. Easy golden plort. Gold slimes randomly appear in the game. I've never actually seen it appear in lava like that. That's crazy. But apparently they can do that. They're very, very rare, and you can feed it literally anything, and it'll spit out this gold plort for you, which is worth a lot. That's all the slimes and their locations and their favorite foods and those locations. If this video helped you, please leave a like. It helps out a lot. Subscribe for more, and let me know what else you'd like to see. Happy slime ranching.